everybody, it's Andrea again. So I haven't had any FaceTime in a little while, so I decided to go ahead and do a little video. It's 10 things about me. And the first one is, a lot of people don't know, I used to be 297 pounds. Back in 2008, I had gastric bypass surgery. And the reason that I decided to do this video is I was looking through old magazines and, looking through my collection and stuff, and I happened to come across some scrapbook pages that I did. So I figured I would share one of the scrapbook pages with you. I entitled this one Second Chance. And yes, that is me. So this is what my page looks like. And I did just a plain white or yellow 12 by 12. Then I did some tape measures because it was appropriate. Just some, I forget what these are called, but they're the little cardboard letters. And I entitled it Second Chance. And it says, so on February 1st, 2008, I did it. I had gastric bypass surgery. At that point, it was necessary for me to be able to live a healthy life. I was a whopping 297 pounds, had high blood pressure, and my blood sugar was out of whack. So with support of my loved ones, I did it. Surgery is not the easy way out. For me, it was the only way out. Thanks to Dr. Hornbostel for my second chance for a healthy life. Now the next picture, or the other half of that page is a little bit gruesome, so fair warning, but it was myself right after surgery. That was taken very, very, very shortly after surgery in the recovery room. And that is me. And that was my surgical scar. So you could see that it was really small. They did it laparoscopically. So 2008, 4 years later, I do have a lot of complications. In particular, the one that affects my life the most is that a little while after I eat, my blood sugar drops to a very dangerously low level, and I don't have symptoms of it. Usually if your blood sugar drops, you start to feel kind of shaky and confused and a little out of whack. Well, that happens to me, and I start to lose my vision, but it doesn't happen until it's like I'm getting ready to be in a coma or have seizures. So sometimes I wear a monitor that tells me what my blood sugar is. I take my blood sugar. I carry emergency medications. And so there have been complications from that surgery. In addition to that surgery, directly related to that surgery, I had 2 other abdominal surgeries. One was a life-threatening emergency repair of a hernia called a Peterson defect. And another one was having my gallbladder removed. And then a couple of years after that, I ended up having another hernia, but I don't think that they were related. So it was not the easy way out. I have maintained my weight. I love food. I'm not even going to lie to you, so it's been difficult. Food is my comfort. I kind of had an abusive childhood, so that's my comfort. So on from that, the second thing, I really dislike mean people. There's no need for it. Rudeness and unkindness is so commonplace anymore. It's one of my biggest pet peeves. I used to live in California. I was born and raised until I met my absolutely wonderful husband, and I've traveled with him in support of his military career. That being said, I am an Army wife. I've been married to my husband for 15.5 years, but we've been together forever. He is the love of my life. It hasn't always been easy. We have been through deployments, injuries, things of that nature, and we come out ahead, so I can't complain. What you see in the movies as far as it being glamorized and we make all this money, and it's not even that way at all. Okay, we struggle, we live paycheck to paycheck just like most of America, but it's a good life. It's challenging and rewarding all at the same time. My lovely husband has blessed me with 2 beautiful children. I have an 18-year-old daughter and I have a 12-year-old son. I pulled out some pictures to show you. This is my hubby and our daughter when they went to a father-daughter dance. Those are my beautifuls. And then my gorgeous little son. That's him. So I figure I would share that with you. So that was number 3 was I lived in Cali. Number 4, I'm going backwards. Number 4 was that I was an army wife and a mommy. Number 5, my favorite candy is Sour Patch Kids. And second to that would probably be Almond Joy. I love candy, especially chocolate, and I constantly crave sweets. So candy, Sour Patch Kids, all-time favorite. So number 6, I love Filipino food. That is like my comfort food. Whenever I smell it, whenever I taste it, it brings me back to being a little girl. Love Filipino food. Not a lot of people really know what Filipino food is. If I had to try to describe it in words, it's kind of a combination between maybe Chinese food and Mexican food. A lot of fresh produce, fish, things of that nature. A lot of kind of sour flavors. Pancit, some people know, it's like a noodle dish, and it has vegetables and chicken and chicken broth and soy sauce, stuff like that, but it doesn't have like a big thick sauce on it. A lot of people know what lumpia is. It is not an egg roll. It is far better. The way I make mine is I have this meat mixture, and it's mainly meat and seasonings like ground beef, ground pork. Maybe I'll do a video on it one day. And you take these very, very thin wrappers and you roll it up like an egg roll. You freeze it. You have to freeze it before you fry it or it falls apart. Then you deep fry it and the shell gets super crunchy. It's really, really thin, so it's not like your typical egg roll, you know, where it's kind of thick and gummy. This is thin and crunchy. So good. Now I want some. I used to live in the Philippines when I was a little girl. My mom went to nursing school, and it got to be a little much because she worked full-time, went to nursing school. It was my sister and I, so I lived with my grandparents for about a year or so, and I actually started kindergarten in the Philippines. So I did live there. I used to speak the language, which is Tagalog, but unfortunately when I came back to the States, my father didn't allow us to speak, so I forgot it, which is very unfortunate. I understand when my mom is upset with me when she starts speaking the language, or how to say I love you, which is mahal kita. So that was number 6 and 7. Number 8, my favorite season would have to be fall, but only in the Midwest. Out here where I live, there's one season. It's windy, hot, and dry. But when the leaves change color in Missouri, and they're gorgeous shades of red and yellow and green and brown and orange, and the air is cool and crisp and fresh, I love that. Love, love, love it. I miss it. My favorite holiday would probably be 4th of July. The barbecues and family time and fireworks and celebrating freedom, and being a military wife, it's very special to me. And I grew up, my uncle was Navy and my grandfather was Navy, and so there's a lot of military history there, so it's very important to me. So that was number 8. Number 9, I don't have a lot of friends, I wouldn't say, actually at all. I'm very selective, but the people that I do consider friends, I don't really consider friends, they're my family. We are so close. It's very hard to get into there. It's very hard for me to let my wall down, but once I do, it's your family. And I would go to the ends of the earth for my family. Literally. That was number 9. Number 10, I love to play bunco. If you have never heard of bunco or you've never played bunco, it's a dice game, and it sort of mimics Yahtzee in a way. You have to Google it or something. It is phenomenal. Back when I used to live in Missouri, I used to host a lot of bunco games, and we used to do bunco parties and things of that nature, and I would really love to get back to that. So So Bunko, fantastic game. If you've never played and you have a good group of kind of rowdy people, it's hysterical. So that was just a little kind of more about me, 10 things about me. I think I'm going to sign off for the rest of the night. My hubby should be back from bowling pretty soon. So nice chatting with everybody. We'll see you later.